Julie, where'd your academic person go?
That's Gerard Oker. He's at Bennett, and he also actually is our counselor at Wabanzi. So if you want to take that.
Typically, we advise students to register by the end of their junior year of high school because we can't send the transcript to the eligibility center until the end of the 6th semester. So speak with your counselor about that process. Anyone at Wabanzi who's here, you can always come see me. I'm in the senior house. We can talk about that process.
And I think that's probably true. You can't make an official visit without being registered with the clearinghouse, but the clearinghouse won't really do anything until they can get a high school transcript, which I think has to have 6 semesters on it. So sometime during your junior year. The other thing is once you take a standardized test, so if you're taking an SAT or an ACT, it's good to be registered because then you can send the scores directly to the clearinghouse and they have an account to associate it with. So if you're taking an SAT, even if you're taking it early, I would recommend you go ahead and register with the clearinghouse. You can register earlier than 6 semesters. They just won't be able to process your high school transcript, but then they'll have a account at the eligibility center now, sorry, not clearinghouse, it's NCAA eligibility center, where they can associate that test score with a student athlete. So as soon as you take a standardized test, I would encourage you to be enrolled at the eligibility center as well.
I'm going to tack on there. If you don't know your guidance office person, counselor, get to know that person. The rules are going to change, and I know in Division II, for example, if you're a graduate in 2013, you get to take 2 more core classes, 14 to 16. So you'll be required to have a 2.0 with 16 hours rather than 14, which it is now. So long story short, I had a young lady at Illinois State one year. She had 13.5 core GPA hours, and she was ineligible to play. Because she didn't take enough core classes. And the guidance counselor was a little naive to the fact that she was, for example, taking all of the requisite courses, all the things that the school required her to take, but she wasn't quite up on what the eligibility center required. So you need to really know the rules and get to know your guidance counselor.
Yeah, one more thing to add to that, as counselors, we might not necessarily know that you're interested in participating in Division I, Division II athletics, so let your counselor know early on, maybe by your sophomore year. So if we do need to add core courses, we can do that your junior and senior year. Because sometimes I have seniors that come to me and they check out their requirements, and it's too late to add classes by then.
And let me add to that too. The Division I and Division II coaches will have access to that information, but Division III, NAI, and the junior college won't. So we're still going to need a separate transcript from you, independent of that eligibility center.
Any other questions?